365 quick tips contains our editor's favorite picks from thousands of techniques and shortcuts published in the magazine during the past 8 years. Inside, you'll find practical tricks for peeling tomatoes, mincing garlic, and rolling out pie dough. Offbeat tips that will show you how to melt chocolate in a drip coffee maker or dry wine glasses on chopsticks. 365 quick tips contains close to 600 hand-drawn illustrations that bring these ingenious ideas to life. Reading this book is easy to become faster, smarter, and a better cook. Well, I'm not the best cook, but I do know how to cook. And it's the best kitchen tips ever. It's by the editors of Cook Illustrated magazine. I had to say, the illustrations are really done well. Like when you're drizzling frosting onto the cakes and stuff. It says step-by-step how-to guide to make, ice cream leak-free cones. That's one of the tips. They put like a chocolate chip or a marshmallow at the bottom, and then out of the cone of the ice cream, it doesn't leak on you. Like, it makes sense. Like, some of them are just random, and like keeping herbs fresh. I work on a farm. I bought this book after I started working on the farm. So we pick like basil, Thai basil, lemon basil. We have thyme and we have mint, and we cut all of it and we put it in water just to try to keep them nice and fresh. Well, that's what this book says. Cut the ends off and keep them in the water in an airtight container. We don't keep it in an airtight container. We just have it out in the open. We have plastic bags, and we do 2 big handfuls of whatever herb we're selling and give it to the customer because that's the herb they want. Like, some of it's I don't need. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of mushrooms, but I know how I could learn how to deal with mushrooms. Yeah, I just said deal with mushrooms. Like, I like some, but not all. And most of the time, I just rinse them off and slice them. Yeah, well, it tells you, like, there's sand and dirt on stuff and how to get rid of it. Like, debunking mussels. How to crack it open and get the mussels out. That's something I should know. Well, I don't eat mussels because I'm lazy and buy them frozen and they're already out of the shell. But if I ever went to a restaurant, I know how to do it now. Ooh. Go to a crab feed. When you get the big buckets of like crab and mussels and stuff. Ooh. I know how to do it now. And it tells you how to remove the pits from like the avocado or the peaches. And if you don't have a rolling pin, use a bottle of wine. I have lots of bottles of wine. I might start drinking like tea or wine at this and give a shout out to a wine company or whatnot. Pork tenderloins. Ooh, we could do pork tenderloins for stir fries. Oh, I like pork tenderloins. Most of the time I just put some spices and some nuts on top and just bake it. But you could cut it and make it to, stir fries. Potatoes. Like, a whole bunch of seafood stuff. Like, it makes sense. How to do shortening, make it clean in your kitchen. Like, these are good, helpful hints for cooking. Because why work smarter, not harder? Why make a mess when you can make something not as messy. It makes sense. Like, I could read this, or I do read this when I'm about to cook something with certain ingredients, because, oh, it's a mess. Like, I don't know if it was in here or in another place. Put a little bit of oil on a tablespoon and then put your honey in for when you're measuring. They use honey in this book, and it comes off very easily. I like to, when I make pie crust, doesn't happen very often. Like, you have to measure it into a cup, put like parchment paper down, put the shortening in, take the parchment paper out, and basically it flings into the bowl you need it to, and you could just scrape off the parchment paper, but it's not stuck inside the cup anymore. Like, these are very useful hints. Oh, butternut squash, how to open it. Take out the pit of avocado. Kiwis. I don't need to, I just refill the propane. And common kitchen appliances could use milk chocolate. I don't milk chocolate. I just chop it up and put it into my muffins. But yeah, it's good to know. I enjoy that book. It's making my life a lot easier when cooking.